do that.
I am officially recording. Hi, Sasha.
Hey, Tracy, how's it?
Good.
Hi, everyone. Yeah.
I have to do a panel discussion for harness today. I'm wearing my unscripted T-shirt that they've sent me.
Oh, cool.
Just
Something like a free T-shirt.
yes. Just sort of ironic considering that Ortelius competes with harness.
Oh, geez, that's nice of them.
Yes, it's very nice of them.
I sometimes do surveys just to try and get free stuff, just to test them. I did one the other day for a pair of socks, but I don't know if they're going to send it all the way from the States.
They probably won't. It's going to cost a fortune.
Probably won't. Yeah. It'll probably cost me a fortune too just to get them.
Why is international shipping so high?
Yeah, kill it here in South Africa. Yeah.
It's like $50 to send a pair of socks in a little tiny envelope.
My favorite T-shirt shop is in the States. It's called Busted Tees. I can't order T-shirts anymore. Yeah.
Best of Tees.
Busted
Tees.
Yeah, they got cool T-shirts. But the import duty is too hectic now, South Africa. So I'll have to make my own ones.
Oh my goodness, I love the Catzilla one.
Yeah, there's so many good ones on there.
So go ahead and sign in. The link should be in the calendar invite. And we'll get going here. So everybody's gonna mess up as they type in their names. We'll be scrolling around.
Oh, look, I just did that. Oh,
that's okay.
No problem.
Okay.
It'll work. So we had we just started up the working groups last week. So we had our architecture and marketplace meeting. That one's held on Thursdays, 10 a.m. Eastern time. Let me know if you don't, I believe the meeting invites are in the Google groups as part of that. But here's the links to the meeting minutes over there and the recording as part of that. Some of the stuff that we talked about and are getting going on was the microservices. And so we have about 6 microservices around the reporting. We decided that starting with a Python Flask was going to be a good spot because it seemed like everybody has a familiarity with Python, so it's something that everybody can get involved in. In reality, the Python Flask isn't the fastest, world for us to be running, high volume microservice transactions in, and something like Golang would be more appropriate. But since we're just doing a UI, it made sense to keep things simple and easy for people to pick up and contribute. But we'll be doing a Golang one once we get these guys done. So we have kind of the idea was to have multiple languages out there so people can start learning and expanding beyond their current skill set. I don't know if Josh is on, but Josh and I were working with our Kubernetes cluster over in Azure. I asked him to get Istio set up because one of the things that we'll be doing is when we get Ortelius over on Azure, we'll use Istio to do routing between a dev service, a QA service, and a prod service. So that's he's been working on that. He's going to be putting together a chapter in the docs. So you'll see the Ortelius-docs repo. He'll be adding a new chapter about how things are configured in the cluster for Azure. The reason why we're using Azure, it's free. We got some stuff from Microsoft for a year, so we're just going to leverage that for now. Any questions on the architecture and marketplace, or if I missed anything?
Yeah, I'll do the best I can to attend Thursdays. So my workday does technically start at 8 a.m. So Mountain Time, so which is 10 a.m. Eastern. So what are we doing for kind of collaboration off video, like indirect collaboration? We're using Slack, Discord, anything like that?
Discord, and if we go down to the Discord link is going to be down here in the previous months.
Outstanding. Okay, thank you.
So grab that, and that's the permanent invite, and we'll work with you. All these, everything we do is recorded, so if you miss something, you know, just jump on the recording and update the docs. Make sure that you joined the Google Groups. It's Ortelius-dev at googlegroups.com, and that'll give you access to all the documents on, because we use Google as the security mechanism for all these stuff. Things will get pushed down into markdowns once we get far enough along. Once we have like a proposal in place, we want it to be a little more static. We'll take out of Google Docs and push it into a markdown and into a repo.
And I just wanted to add along the same lines of apologies for missing the previous meeting. The Thursday timeframe totally works for me. It's just that we were traveling on Thursday, and so I will be there next week.
Oh, no problem. No problem. It's always nice to get out and see something other than four walls that you've seen for months.
Yeah, that was we had a need and took advantage of it, so it was good to get away.
So the other working group meeting that we had was the outreach and marketing meeting. That was on Monday. I could not find if there's a Google Docs for the meeting minutes on that.
I did create it.
I couldn't find it.
Maybe I didn't share it, but it should be.
Well, what we need to do is attach it to the calendar invite.
Okay.
So in Google Calendar, you can, there's this little Drive button where you can say insert from Drive.
Okay, I'll put it in there.
It just makes it easy for people to find.
I can go over what we did. Let me share my screen and we'll go over it really quick.
Yep.
Okay, so we talked about working on the website. The website is pretty bad. It's pretty basic. And we had 2 individuals who signed up to take a look at it. We made them, I don't know if I made them administrators yet. I need to check to make sure I did that. We also talked about blogs. We need to start getting blogs. We were going to use them on, just refer them to Medium, but we've decided it's probably better just to go ahead and create blogs on our website. So we have to add that module into our website. We talked about social outreach, making sure everybody knew that we had a Twitter feed. If you want to be if you want to manage the Ortelius site through TweetDeck, let me know. You have to send me your Twitter handle, and then I'll give you access to it. We talked a lot about Hacktoberfest. And we created some example pages. I created an example page and we got that running. We also talked about the logo design. We had some fun ideas about aliens and aliens walking a dog. And then somebody said, what about an alien flying in a flying saucer with his dog? And we had somebody actually submit that already. So that can be part of the Hacktoberfest. So if you're creative in any way, submit them and then we'll vote on them and we'll come up with a different logo, one that we all can relate to a little more. And that was it.
Okay. All right, so let me get back to sharing my screen. Okay, and here's the link to the recording. We pushed it up to YouTube. There's the link to the.
Yeah, why don't you go there? Let's just talk about that for a little bit.
Which
so
one?
The landing page for Hacktoberfest. So this gives everybody a really clear, Steve's created some issues out there that we can work on. We have a list of stuff that we feel like we need to get addressed. So we created these kind of suggested ways to start. Documentation. I know there's a lot of work that needs to be done on the documentation. Just going through and testing the going through the sign up process, testing the initial hipster store, because all that's going to be a core part of that'll all get pushed over to. It'll all be Ortelius only once we finish all the branding and getting that moved over. We want to make sure people have a decent experience with it, their first interaction. So if there's tickets or things that we need to clean up, that's a really good place to start. If you want to code, we've got these reports that we have identified that need to get created. We need, if you really want to dig in, we need Spinnaker integration, Screwdriver, Jenkins X, Tecton, and there may be something else that you see out there that we should. Argo. Argo CD would be an interesting one to integrate with. And then the artwork, and then Steve created a general to-do list out there so this should help everybody see where tickets are or where issues are that you can actually create a pull request for to get your in for Hacktoberfest.
And those of you that are working on, like Sasha, on the microservices and Drashiti, you'll end up getting your 4 pull requests, because we're going to do the microservices in stages. So we're just going to take it where we like a Python Flask, and we'll build upon it. Then we'll add in a database connection. So we'll keep on building upon those. So we'll get the 4 pull requests. If you're new to GitHub or Git and don't know quite where to start, we'll have you starting with documentation just to get you through the flow of how to check in, check out, and merge with GitHub, because it's slightly different than like GitLab or Bitbucket. And I'm happy to work with all you guys, whoever needs it, on getting that taken care of.
Thanks, Steve.
Yeah, so.
Yes, thanks, Steve.
I will reach out. I just didn't want to waste your time until I'm feeling more prepared and have practiced a little bit and have some questions. So thanks.
No, you don't even have to worry about practicing or anything like that. You'll see on the bottom of my email, there's a link to my calendar, or just go ahead and on the Discord channel, say you need a meeting. I'm available. Don't worry about it. I'll let you know if I have like a conflict with another meeting or something, and we'll get you taken care of.
And don't be afraid to break things.
Yeah, believe me, Sasha
Seriously.
broke it pretty good last couple days.
No.
Do not be afraid of breaking things. This is, I know I don't want to sound sexist, but guys will break things a lot faster than girls, and women are afraid to break things, so we're not as aggressive about learning stuff. So don't be afraid to break stuff. We can fix it. Believe me, Steve has fixed so much of my stuff. It's not funny.
Thanks,
I've never been afraid of breaking things, though. I'm like, oh,
Steve's really good at fixing things.
I'm very good at fixing things. That is
Fix my mess.
That's a superpower. So don't be afraid. Please don't be afraid of breaking things. Anything can be fixed.
Yeah, there's nothing.
So you know.
Yeah, there's nothing that will ever be lost the way everything's configured. So if things get messed up so bad, we can get you back to a good starting point. So like I said, just hit me up on the Discord or just send me an email and we'll get you taken care of.
Okay.
It doesn't matter where you are. You don't have to go and read the book before, 500 pages on Git and then come back and say, I need to start working with it. We can just jump in and get you going with some of the basic stuff.
Yeah.
And what I like to do is I like to, my philosophy and the way I've taught is we start with a starting point and then we'll just keep on building upon it. And that's what we're doing with like the microservices. We're starting really basic, just getting a basic hello world working, and then we're going to take it to the next level, and then from there, and eventually we'll get to the end point where we actually have it all integrated into the Ortelius UI and running into Kubernetes and stuff like that. There's like 20 steps to get there.
Yeah.
So instead of trying to do all 20 at once, we'll just take it a little bit at a time. And I'll give you clues of where we're headed next, so you can kind of can see the path that we're going down.
Got it. Thanks.
And part of the challenge of learning Git is you've got all of these subcommands, and 90% of them are irrelevant to you 95% of the time, and realizing which is which. I don't know of a like great guide out there, so just having somebody sit there and walk you through it and answer your questions is really good. But the thing to keep in mind is anything we do is kept in the Git history, and so we can always get back to a place we were before, even if we go off on some silly path. And so, there's all of this safety built into the way the technology works, and so trying to keep that in mind while you're learning the commands will help you feel a little bit better, I hope.
Yeah, and I'm coming at this. I'm when I first met Tracy, I tried to explain I'm sort of at the higher level because I'm in the program world, and so I've got several solutions right now. And in fact, I have to run a meeting at 10, and I'm more at the level of managing all of the program activities. So this gives me a chance to actually get my hands dirty, but I haven't really had a chance to do all that because right now, we've just had a lot of stuff going on.
No problem.
Well, Janet, we're happy to have you, and don't worry
Thanks.
if you break
Yeah,
something. We'll
wherever you
fix
guys,
it.
yeah, wherever you guys can jump in, even if it's for like an hour, that would be great, because there's things out here that like we have a broken link that needs to be fixed. There's some other things that are just simple first good issues. There's one that Aisha put together where our copyright's wrong on our website. It's 2102 instead of 20 something like that. It was something weird. Anyways, so look for Hacktoberfest stuff. I kind of tagged it that way. You're not confined, or you don't have to pick one of those. If you see something else, like a README or something like that's more along your lines, go ahead and grab those as well. It doesn't, we just threw these out here as good starting points that everybody can kind of focus on.
Cool.
All right.
Okay, and you have 10 minutes left, Steve.
Yep. So Tracy pushed out the Hacktoberfest via our social media. If, like she said, if you're interested in any of the social media pieces, send her your Twitter handle. It should get you into TweetDeck. We did some talks. Tracy did talks at DevOps World was it 2 weeks ago? And then this week we have CDCon coming up out of the Linux Foundation. So sign up for it, it's free. And then Mark couldn't be here today, but
yes,
he
Mark
did.
Peters' daughter created a logo for us, and if we like it, they'll do a more sophisticated version of it, which I think is pretty cute.
That's really cute.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
So you'll have to look through the Discord channel why we have aliens and dogs and stuff, but that's what we got going on.
Is that like we're using an Apple Pencil or whatever?
I have no
We're
idea.
using the pen now, and they
Yeah.
can draw like that. It's
His
really
daughter drew it. I thought it was really
Mhm.
cute.
I want to say thanks to Neetu. I don't know if she's here today. She usually has a conflict on these days. But her and Priyajata have been doing the product management side. And Neetu went through and added a bunch of what I would call like 30-day issues, things that we need to focus on in the next 30 days around just basic roadmap stuff to get us going. Some of the issues have been probably already taken care of. So we'll just have to make sure that we go through and get them assigned, get them closed, that type of thing. And then we are using GitHub Teams. So if you need access to a repository, let me know and we'll make sure that we can get you added to the team. So it's just a level of security. It makes it easier for us to manage it on the back end when we use the GitHub Teams. We did create like we said last week, the CDF proposal is out there. If you want to look at it, you can go ahead and look at the markdown. We did get a review from Tara Hernandez, who's going to be our sponsor. And she had a couple comments that we're going to, like this image is changing. I think that's the one. As part of it, or it's this one. I can't remember which one.
Both of them change a little.
Yeah.
The
so
one changes big. But...
Yeah, this one's changing big time.
And then
so,
she asked us that we include our integrations with and how we align with Spinnaker in particular.
Okay. So we have some additional work, and we're going to try to get...
I put time on your calendar today, Steve,
okay.
so we could finish it and get it to her, because she would like to see it, and then we can get it submitted.
Yeah, so we're going to have her review it again, and then hopefully either the end of this week or early next week, we'll get it submitted off to the CDF TOC.
We are close, and when we do get to present, I'm going to ask if the community can attend, so I'll make sure everybody's invited.
It may be at a later hour, so it may not be a time zone friendly meeting, but we'll try to get that so everybody can be there. Like I said, you know, I worked with Sasha to get our sample microservice Flask going, undid his mess of his local Gits. He had what was it, 179 commits that we needed to get sorted out, but we did. It was a learning. It's a learning. It was a learning experience for both of us.
Exactly.
And I did see some people out on the Discord channel looking for issues to work on. I will reach out again. Don't be afraid to bug anybody if you're not getting a response. Just with all the time zones and things like that. If something gets missed, just feel free to go ahead and push it to the top again. Don't feel bad about that. So with that, any other?
Yeah, so I spoke to about 6 folks this past week who are interested in joining our community. Some of them are here. If you could just take a minute and introduce yourself. I see 2 of you on video already.
Yeah, so hi everyone. My name is Sagar Utekar and I am from India. Last week I had a call with Tracy and small demo about Ortelius, and I really like the product, open source product. I have been contributing to different open source projects like Jenkins, Kubernetes, and very different projects. So I am interested to contribute Ortelius. Actually, I tried to contact or put messages on Discord channel to get some response or some help to start with. And also checked a few of the issues on GitHub, but unfortunately there is no in detail information what is expected. So if someone can guide me with that information, I can start as early as possible.
That would be Steve, and he'll reach out to you in a separate thread, and we'll get some time between the two of you booked.
Yeah, the one weird thing that I'm having a problem with is everybody's Discord handles are different than their GitHub handles, different than their email
Right.
addresses. So it's a little bit wonky for me to track who's who. So one thing I need to do is on our README is we really need to have people put their handles on our README when you're a contributor. I'll need to open an issue on that.
There's got to be a way to change your handle, right? Because I didn't even recognize mine. It was so old.
Yeah, there is. It'll change your nickname.
Yeah.
Your handle stays the same, but your nickname can change.
Yeah. I'll try to align mine.
So.
Okay.
So, and who else do we have out there that's new?
Me, and if anything, I need to log off here. So if you don't mind,
Yep.
I'll go next. So my name's Andrew. I'm from Denver, Colorado, United States, and Golang developer. Kind of excited. This is my first kind of open source project. Kind of be. So I'm looking. Yeah, I'm happy to try to learn. Learn open source contributing. So it's very nice to meet you guys. Thank you for having me. Yeah, that's just about it for me. I put in my profile. Because I've got on a couple other Discord channels, and so I put in my profile my name and my GitHub tag, so that way that could be there too. So and that's just about it for me.
Thank you.
Perfect.
But otherwise, it was nice meeting you guys, and yep, I'm gonna have to log off. I got stand up here, so
No problem.
I will talk to you guys on Discord.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, hi everyone. This is Karam. So I am from India, and I've been working with microservices for the past 1.5 years, basically with Spring Boot. And this is my first open source project, and looking forward to connect and learn with you.
And he's done a lot of work in helping companies decompose applications. So I'm hoping to pick his brain when we start doing that with with Ortelius's core.
And do you know any Python or just Java?
I know Python. I had done some basic POC projects, mini projects in Flask, but I can, like in a couple of weeks, I can get up to the pace.
Okay. And how about Golang?
Never done that.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank
well,
you, Karam, for showing up today. I so appreciate it. We just chatted yesterday, so I think it was just yesterday, wasn't it? I think it was.
Yep,
yeah.
Well, welcome.
Hello everyone, this is Arijit here. So I also belong to India, and this is my first open source community in which I joined, and I'm hopeful that I will be learning from you guys. So I basically work on the containers and the microservices part. So I'm not a hardcore developer, but I have a strong admin background. So I am hopeful that I will be able to contribute something to this project. And also I'm thankful to Steve and Tracy for letting me be a part of this wonderful community.
Thank you.
Well, welcome.
We're so happy to have you. Everybody who's
Thanks,
worked in microservices in the past, we need your input. Okay, well, it's 9 o'clock. I have to shut this down because I have to go and do my unscripted panelists discussion. Thank you, everybody. And this has all been recorded. I'll push it up to YouTube later today.
Good one.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Cheers,
everybody.
guys.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.